Today, I'm going to tell you why Litecoin is quickly becoming one of my favorite crypto investments. I'm going to become your Litecoin guide throughout this bull run. Let me tell you why. What's up, gang? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro, back at it again. I'm at the helm, back home after a great Thanksgiving vacation, and I have so much to tell you about and so many videos planned. Yay! I can't even begin to run down the list and fit it all in. But stay tuned because I have some urgently important information that relates to scams, lowering your risk, and the best strategy that you can have for investment as we run into this bull run. But back into the topic. The topic of today is Litecoin and why I am now so bullish about Litecoin, which is one of my favorite projects of all time. I know what some of you are thinking. Litecoin doesn't do anything. It just sits there and there ain't no use case, or it's not anywhere near as big as some of the bigger projects that are out there. Well, I'll explain to you why that does not matter and why this fits my investment strategy. And I am going to be following the movement on Litecoin from here on out until we hit the peak of the massive bull run that is coming in the fall of 2021. So let's just jump straight into the chart. Don't chart. And we'll go over the details. All right, let's get rid of that. So here we are on the 4-hour chart. Let's just take a look at the, let's zoom way out. Let's go to the 1 week chart. We got all these lines on here, but I just want to show you where I've been in Litecoin. The history of Litecoin from Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro. Dating back to 2017, I started to look at Litecoin, and I was going to buy Litecoin. I think, let's see, there's July. We come into October was when I started to pay attention, and Litecoin was sitting at roughly $52. And I thought, I need to buy Litecoin. I'm excited about this project. But then we had this pump and it went up to $67. And I thought, well, it's too expensive now. It corrected back to 52. And I thought, okay, I think I'm going to do this. I woke up the next day and we went into the massive bull run. I think Litecoin was at $92 when I decided it was too late, not realizing that we were going to go on this tremendous massive pump all the way to the all-time high of $420. $420, kind of funny, 420 for the peak of Litecoin. And so when we hit this correction and came all the way back down to 147, I FOMO'd. So if you zoom in here, I'll show you where I jumped into Litecoin, because I thought that there was a massive triangle formation. This is when I was really just getting started in crypto, and I read the charts wrong. And the one thing that I learned from this was that you have to know whether or not you're in a bull market or a bear market. So we had this massive triangle, and in a bull market, this is a pretty good indication of a possibility, 50-50 possibility that a project will break to the upside. In a bear market, when you have a massive parallel triangle like this, the chances are it's going to break to the downside. So I, like a dummy back then, jumped into Litecoin. I think the first time was about right here, and then we moved up and I jumped in again right here. I had an average price that probably was around $225, and then we broke to the downside. So, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, it's making a new triangle. I had that triangle wrong. So let's just start this over again. We've got a massive triangle right here. It's going to break to the upside again. So then I bought another bag somewhere in here, okay, about right there. Well, as you know, it broke to the downside, and then we entered into the long crypto winter. So I got discouraged, and I ended up selling out all of my Litecoin holdings somewhere around here. I cut my losses. I think I was in at about $2,500, and then I let it go for about $1,500 before it hit the bottom, and I was able to salvage a little bit of that money. And so I didn't realize until we got further on into the year, probably I think by summertime, that we were in the midst of a bear market. I didn't know how long it was going to last because I didn't understand the market back then. I didn't know what the cycles were like I do now. So let's just move right along. Let's clear this drawing mode here and zoom out and continue on with the story. So here we go. I forgot all about Litecoin. We had this nice little bounce here that took it up to $142, and then we know the rest of the story. It sailed on down to the low point of 32 bucks. And I considered then of buying back in, but I wasn't convinced that the bear market was over. So now when we look at this big picture and we're sitting at a price of 85, it's looking pretty good considering the run that we had in the previous bull market all the way up here at 420. And here we sit at $85. Now, let's zoom on in. That was the 1 week. Let's look at the 1 day chart. All right, so coming into the current time period on the 1 day, we have kind of crawled up from that low point back during the dump. That is a spam call. Go away, spammer. I'm trying to shoot a video for my great, awesome Crypto Pro followers. Glad to have you all, by the way. So we have been in this consolidation mode. First, it's a quiet accumulation. And now we have the little bump that happens after accumulation, which brings us into stage 2, which is consolidation. So here we're just kind of buzzing around, accumulate. And that's where the heavy hands, the institutional investors, are just picking it up ever so quietly, not to incite a frenzy with the public and play their hand. They don't want to show their hand before the run hits. Then we get the consolidation bump. So the next step after accumulation is consolidation. That's the bump that we're having right now. What normally happens after the consolidation bump is a pretty hefty correction. I don't think this is the extent of that correction. I think we're going to get another one before we let the bulls out of the gate and go on the major bull run. All right, so let's zoom that out a little bit. We're still on the 1 day chart. And if we really scrunch this down, if you consider the previous all-time high of 420 and where we're at right now at a price of $85, if we were just to return where we were before, let's do a little bit of math and see what happens if by the time we hit the fall of 2021 that we go to 420. All right, let's pull out the trusty dusty calculator here, turn drawing mode off, and here is the calculator. So let's just do a little bit of math and show you what we could probably guarantee that will happen. 420 divided by 85, where we sit right now, is about a 5x. So if we were to just play it safe and not take any chances and quietly accumulate this Litecoin where we're sitting right now, we would be in for a 5x. Now, I'd like to get 10 Litecoins and then eventually have 20 from trading part of it and keeping a nice solid base so I can increase my position until I get to 20 Litecoin. If we were to have a bag of 20 Litecoin and we were just able to get to the previous high of 420, that's $8,400. That would be a nice gain. However, we know that as time progresses, each bull run goes massively higher than the previous. So we would have to scrunch this way down. Let's get that arrow out of there. There we go. Clear. And I'm going to tell you what, it would be safe to say that a run to 1,500 is very possible. We can't even see the price line here. And this is what happens when you run into the next phase of price development. Let's just say that we make a run to 1,500, which I think it's going to be a lot more than that. So let's put our nice little arrow here and let's pop up to 1,500. Now, let's get our calculator back out and let's see what we would be looking at. If I had 20 Litecoin, small bag, I'm just a small investor. I'm not a whale, guys. 20 times a price of 1,500 would return an investment of $30,000 for that 20 Litecoin. $30,000. And let's say if the average price was 85 across a quoth. Let's say it's $85 a quoth my entire investment. I am now Elmer Fudd. That's $1,700. All right, so let's take 30,000 and divide that by 1,700. Just assuming that I continue to accumulate, and that's the best price. That's a 17x. All right, I think it's safe to say that a 20x is possible with Litecoin or more, with Bitcoin on pace to shatter the previous all-time high, with predictions that are ranging in the 300,000 to 380,000 range. Do you think it's possible for Litecoin to just 20x? I think that it is very possible. What I like about Litecoin is this is one of the oldest projects. It came right after Bitcoin, and it's going to be around. Regardless of use case, even though people say it's boring and it doesn't do anything, there are institutional investors right now, like PayPal, who have a high interest in Litecoin. Consider this. There are also tons of new investors, not just little guys, but millionaires and billionaires that also like the prospect of Litecoin being a historic project that has been around, which represents a very safe investment. So when we add the fact that the safety, the history, and the possible future use case, along with the institutional investing, I think that 20x is well within reason. I also like the fact that Litecoin is something that I can follow and track that has a nice history, and I understand the project because I've been around with it from 2017. It's something that I can follow that won't keep me up at night. I've decided to give up trying to own every one of the new shiny things, all of the new, latest, greatest small cap wonders that can 100x or 1000x. Not to say that I don't want to have a couple 100x possibilities in the bag, but I'm pulling back, and I've come to grips with the fact that if you spread yourself too thin and you don't sleep from now to November of 2021, you're not going to maximize your gains. I'd rather have a little bit of sleep and have some security in knowing that I'm investing into something that'll probably still be around and not crash. Even in a black swan event, it's not going to go much farther than where it is right now. So I'll be able to get my sleep and have the possibility of a 20x gain and be able to trade some of my bag along the way because I understand the movements. And for that reason, I'm going to volunteer right here, right now to be the Litecoin guide from here through the end of the 2021 bull run. I'll still have a lot of my other favorites that are on the top 10 list and a couple that are not on the top 10. But I will guarantee you that I'll be giving plenty of information on the developments of Litecoin so we can ride this train to maximum gains with the hopes of being able to buy the kids some new shoes come fall of 2021. What are your thoughts about Litecoin? What do you think the possibilities are for the bull run? Is it going to be a 10x, a 20x? Will it be a 30x? I'd love to hear your comments. And what are your thoughts about the attention that Litecoin is getting from institutional investors? Let me know in the comments below, and also let me know if you would like me to continue with this journey of being the Litecoin guide. Stay with me, join the party on Telegram, and let's get these bags fat before the bull run hits. That's all I've got. Like and subscribe if you have not already, and stay tuned because I have some important videos warning you about crypto scams that are currently running. So watch for it. This is Carlton Flowers, Crypto Pro. We out.